Waking up at 5:30 every day, working, exercising every single day, even in the weekends, no video games, no Netflix, the whole fucking time. I'm just 16, by the way. So I used to be extremely unproductive and very lazy, and I used to struggle to wake up early, and I used to struggle like to get things done, and my brain didn't work very well. But there was one moment in my life that things changed. Okay, so then I started to wake up early to work on my business before school, and then I even started like to work on the weekends. You get what I mean? Which a lot of people, especially at my age, don't do it. You get what I mean? So how can you have the same transformation as I did? You get what I mean? Because it's not that I was always like this, very productive. I was probably like you, or even worse than you. You get what I mean? So basically, I just thought about like the best productivity advice out there, the best productivity advice that I learned. So basically, if we implement all of these things that I'm going to talk about in this video, you're going to be so productive that it feels illegal. I'm not even kidding. It's the truth, okay? So yeah, the 3-step plan, and the last step, which is step 3, is the most important and is the one that is going to make you the most productive. That's definitely is going to make you feel that illegal. You get what I mean? It's going to feel that it's so illegal. You get what I mean? But other things as well. Okay, so let's start with the first thing. Okay, the first thing is the state of flow, which is what people call it is flow state. Okay, flow state, it helps you so much to be way more productive. Because when you're not in a flow state, you're like more distracted. So even though it seems that it's not that different from being in a flow state, you actually end up doing less of work. But let me give some examples of when you have been in a flow state if you don't know what is to be in a flow state, okay? For example, when you're playing like a football game with your football match, whatever, with your friends, you usually are in a flow state. You know, when you're like so focused in the game that you don't really think about outside from the game, you have zero thoughts about on other things, you're just focusing on that. That's just to be in a flow state, okay? For example, I think an example that happened to me is like if I'm sparring, like I used to do, and I want to do more, but now I have like, because of that, I have a back injury now. But I was doing boxing with my father, and yeah, I'm in a flow state when I'm doing that. You get what I mean? I'm like zero thoughts about another things. You get what I mean? I'm just very focused on that specific thing. You get what I mean? And benefit, byproduct of that, it actually seems more fun to do it. You get what I mean? So that's what is to be in a flow state, okay? And you can say, look, yeah, I already have been in a flow state before. It's not a completely new thing. It's a new concept because maybe you don't know about this. But the thing I want you to do is to be in a flow state while you're working, because a lot of the times because you don't have that concept on your mind, if you just distract a little bit yourself, you're not gonna get into a flow state, okay? So basically, the benefits of getting into a flow state, it's you're just way more focused, you have zero thoughts about other things, what you're doing, it becomes more fun, and because you're so focused, and what you're doing becomes more easy as well, you're just way more productive. Then you're like working here on your computer and you're just like, oh, thinking about this thing, oh yeah, like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? You're just way more productive, you know what I mean? You just get things done more faster. You get what I mean? So how do you get into a flow state, okay? For you to get into a flow state, it takes a little bit of work. What it means is that it's a little bit hard in the beginning. Basically, for you to get into a flow state, it's like you have to walk on the, you know, when it snows and like the path from like your house to outside, it's you probably don't have like, you're living in an apartment, but this is just an example. It's like there's a lot of snow there, and like the first time that you have to walk there, maybe you have to take the snow out there to another place, or you have to walk there. Like it's just more difficult. But the more that you do that, the more it's easier. And then afterwards, like there's no more snow on the path from your house to the road, basically. You know what I mean? It's just an example. It's basically like in the first couple minutes, 2, 5, 10 minutes, it's harder. You have to purposefully try to get into a flow state, purposefully focus a lot. Because for you to get into a flow state, you can't just be like, just trying to focus, but not really focus. I'm talking about like just looking at the specific, for example, at the screen of your computer, or if you're studying, whatever, you're just like looking at the screen of your computer, and that's it. A lot of the times I even try when I drink water. I have like my bottle here, and instead of like me like just look at the bottle and then drink water, I try to like to do like this, like, and to go like this. You know what I mean? You have to be a little bit of an autist to do this. You know what I mean? It has to be. You just have to like focus a lot. You can't just like let yourself distract so easily. Okay. So basically, focus a lot, and you're going to do the task. It's going to seem hard, and you don't want to do it. But just wait a couple of minutes, and then that's when you're going to start noticing that you're in the full state, and you know, zero thoughts about another things. It's more easy, it's more fun. You just like not thinking about like another things. Basically, you're thinking about the work, and you just get done with it faster. That's then you're going to notice if you're in a full state. Okay, what happens when you're not in a full state anymore? The answer it's obvious. You're going to get to starting getting thoughts about another things again. You're not that focused. It seems more hard. It seems less fun, and it's probably going to be for you, for beginners especially, about 30 minutes, but probably about, I think for what I heard, 60 to 90 minutes, okay? They say that you can, this is more for the advanced people, but maximum 4 hours, okay? But it's just maximum 4 hours usually if you're just doing like 4 hours of just a task, okay? You actually, for what people are saying, and I've experienced as well, that you actually can do more than 4 hours if you change tasks, you get what I mean? Because imagine like doing like 8 hours of just one task. That would burn you out, you get what I mean? But maybe like 2 hours of one task and then 2 hours of another type of task. Because if I'm like scripting for 4 hours, it's more, especially more than 4 hours, it's very draining, you get what I mean? It's a lot of, like if you're in flow state for like 4 hours and you're doing really hard work there, bro, you get tired because of the mentally tired, you get what I mean? So yeah, this is how do you get into a full state. This is the benefits, and yeah, what I want you to do now is to purposefully try to get into full state for everything that you're going to do. You get what I mean? Especially on the harder tasks, okay? So when I have to write the script, that's what I do. I get to the flow state. I'm just focusing on that, and for me, it's just is already like a habit for me. You get what I mean? So basically, I usually just get into flow state every single day without not even thinking about the concept of flow state. The only times I think about flow state is when I'm making the videos about how to get into a flow state, but I'm already used to it, you get what I mean? Just create a habit, like, oh, one specific time that I have to do this specific task, just like try to purposefully get into a flow state, and you're just going to get things done faster. It's more easy, it's more fun. Like, working without getting into a flow state, I'm telling you, it's boring as fuck. You got what I mean? So this is the first step, okay? The second step is something called boring life methods, okay? The boring life method. This is like kind of a name that I created, but it's something that already people spoke about, but this is more in a extreme way, okay? So basically, what this concept is about is that for you to be productive on the things that you want to be productive, that you have some fun, but it's kind of boring sometimes. For you to be able to have fun on the input, on the, how do I mean, basically input, I say, like, for you to be able to have fun into working, for example, on your work. For example, you want to make a lot of money. For you to have fun on working on the process, doing like the boring life method is the best thing you can ever do. You get what I mean? Because then training is going to become more fun, working is going to become more fun, doing the input to achieve the outcomes, it's going to become more fun. Because when the input, when the work is you gotta do, that it's required to achieve the thing that you want, it's less fun, it's more boring, it's so much difficult to keep grinding on it, to consistently do it. You get what I mean? You understand what I mean? So yeah, I remember that when I was starting to do YouTube, I was not doing this. And it was, maybe you can argue, oh, you were very young, you know what I mean? You said you were 16 years old, you probably were like 12, 13, 14 at the time, or 15. But yeah, that's probably one of the reasons, but a lot of people stay the same, even at my age, you get what I mean? Which was because, as I told you, I learned about productivity, you get what I mean? But remember that I want to start a YouTube channel, and the thing is, because I had like, especially like the video games as a distraction, it was just not possible. And as well, I tried to do something which was productive, you get what I mean? Not some people do, some people don't, is that I was trying to be a pro player on Fortnite, you get what I mean? To make money, you get what I mean? So I was kind of like, had like that nice goal to try to find something that I like to do to make money in the future, because I already knew that a normal job wasn't for me at all. But yeah, I really want to do YouTube. I always like, from like, I think since I was 7 or 8 years old, I wanted to be a YouTuber. It was just like the thing that, and I'm not like, it's just not me. Like, I think especially in the United States, 40% of kids want to be YouTubers. A lot of people want to be fucking YouTubers, you get what I mean? But I created some channels, I had some success a little bit, like success, I'm saying like maybe 100 to 200 subscribers, kind of fast, that I was posting some two shorts, but then I stopped. Like, basically that type of people, I was that type of person that just was doing it when I was motivated. So you change a lot, the type of content, you create another channel, you start it, but then you stop, and that type of thing, you know what I mean? But when I started to learn about productivity, and at the time I didn't know this concept, but I actually did it without even knowing. But I understood, okay, oh, the video games and the watching anime, Netflix, whatever, it's not really beneficial for my life. So I stopped them. And the beauty of this is that if you don't know how dopamine, I'm not a scientist, I don't know how to explain this exactly, but if you're used to getting a lot of dopamine, like the video games, the junk food, all those things that give a lot of dopamine, that you know what they are, and it's not a problem like food. Oh yeah, food, even if it's healthy, is going to give you a lot of dopamine anyway. That's not a problem, you know. But you know the things that are not really like beneficial to our life, and probably like 100 years ago they didn't used to do it. That gives you a lot of dopamine. Okay, so you know those things, the video games and all those things. So when you're going to do something that gives you less dopamine, like doing the work, even though you like it, what happens? It's more boring. But imagine that now, like, your norm of dopamine is more like this. Now when you're going to do the things that give you less dopamine are more fun. And this is actually like something that actually happens on your brain. It can take a couple of days, but this actually happens. This actually happens, okay? That's why the boring life method works so well. So here what I'm trying to explain is kind of extreme. So it worked very well. That's why you're going to, after this video, you're going to be so productive that it feels illegal. But it's not everybody that it's willing to do this, okay? But as much things as you possibly can quit or consume way less, that gives a lot of dopamine, especially those things that is not, like, okay, food, yeah, it gives a lot of dopamine, but you're not going to stop eating food, you know what I mean? But for example, junk food, adult content, jerking off, sugar, video games, Netflix, anime, partying, alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, all of that. If you quit those things that you already know that are basically not beneficial to you, all of a sudden, like, life in general is more simple, and doing the thing that you have to do, you know what I mean, that you want to be more productive on, it's going to be more fun. And if it's more fun, your life is better. You are more likely to just do more the work, and everything's just better, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is the boring life method. Just do this, like, just the action step I give to you is, the action step here is a little bit more easier, because I know that you're not going to quit everything or you're probably not even quit everything. I would like you to do that, but you're probably not going to do that. So I dare you to do this, you get what I mean? That is not the word I dare you, but I recommend you to write down or in your mind, think about like 3 things that you know give a lot of dopamine, and you know that are not really beneficial for your life. 3 things that in the next month you're going to quit. 3 things, okay? Just think about, okay, it could be like kind of a small thing, or like the sugar that I eat or something like that. But the more things that give you a lot of dopamine, like the video games is a big example. Try to quit that, okay? So think about 3 things and try to quit them in the next month, okay? And especially the things that even waste you a lot of time is beneficial to quit as well, okay? So yeah, think about the 3 things. Think about like how your life is going to be better. The input to achieve the outcome, basically your goals, is going to be more fun. Your life is going to be more fun. You're not going, for example, you're not going to regret to not have played video games. I don't regret to not be basically, since 2 years ago, I have not been playing video games. Did I regret? No, I didn't. So yeah, if you still don't have like for example, you want to be more productive to study, but you really don't enjoy the job that you're going to get in school, then I can understand why it's going to be way more difficult for you to be able to quit video games, because you're not pursuing something that you like. On the other hand, I'm pursuing something that I want to, which is becoming a YouTuber and then making money with that. You get what I mean? This is not entertaining, this is educational. You get what I mean? It's like kind of a different business on YouTube. You get what I mean? So maybe try to find something that you like, and then maybe it's going to be easier. You get what I mean? But this was just a side point. You get what I mean? But yeah, so this is the second step. Okay, let's talk about my camera. Let's talk about the third step. Okay, this is called at least I personally call it. I like to call it the dark room. This is basically the best advice. Okay, to productivity. Like it's so good. It's like amazing. It's like the best advice out there, basically. So what it means, the dark room, okay, what the fuck is that, okay? But basically I remember the first time I started to do this, okay, which was basically probably in 2023 I started to do this, and I think I heard about waking up early, so I was like, yeah, let's start waking up early first, for the first time in my life. Like I purposefully did it, you know what I mean? So I set up the alarm for 6 a.m., which I was very excited, you know what I mean, because I never actually purposefully, and I never was happy to wake up early, you know what I mean. So I set the alarm to 6 a.m. and went to sleep at 10 p.m. and I was like trying to fall asleep, but very excited, like, yeah, I'm going to wake up early, yeah. Woke up early. All that excitement was gone. All the excitement was gone. But at the same time, it was kind of fun, especially the first times, because when I woke up it was dark, and that was not really normal for me. So it was kind of a new experience for me. These days it's normal, but at the time was not very normal. You get what I mean? And I was like, oh, this is different. You get what I mean? Everyone was sleeping. There was a lot of silence. I was like, oh, this is strange. You get what I mean? So I was doing kind of a business. I told you in the beginning it was a business, and actually it was a business, but I don't know if I can call it a business exactly. But basically I was trying to make beats because I really liked music, and the first way that I found to make money, which was to basically sell beats. At the time, like when I look back now, there was actually way better ways to make money. One of the ways I know that it's better is like to create a channel about how to do like make beats on FL Studio, and then I would sell a course to people on that channel, and then that's the best way to make money actually. But this is a side point, doesn't matter. But yeah, I was, yeah, basically like, okay, I woke up, no excitement, the excitement was gone. So I just like, was dark, everything was dark, just turned on my computer and then started making a beat for an hour, and then got to 7 a.m., went to school, just prepared myself, then I went to school basically. And yeah, it was kind of not like, maybe you can argue, yeah, a little bit difficult to wake up early, but you get used to it when it becomes a habit, you get what I mean? But it was just more easy to just do the work, you get what I mean? My brain is sharper, I didn't eat a lot of food, it's first in the morning, it's a lot of silence, it's dark, you know what I mean? To do the work is not very difficult, you get what I mean? So this is what I recommend, is to wake up very early and then do some work, okay? What's the benefits of this? You already know, like, it's silence. There's no distractions, basically. It's you purposefully woke up early to do work, so you're more likely to do work than to procrastinate, okay? Your brain is sharper. A lot of people, there are some people that when they eat especially carbs, they get brain fog, so they read the first sentence of a book, and when they're reading the second sentence of the book, they forgot the first sentence that they've just read. And it's people like, as well, like at afternoon are more tired, and as well, usually in the morning your brain is sharper, just the nature of things, okay? And what's more benefit? Yeah, basically like that's another thing, you always have like, usually always have time in the morning. Maybe there's sometimes like at afternoon that you can't, because you have another you have to go to the dentist. But if you always wake up early, you always can do that. It's pretty rare. Maybe when you're going to, I don't know, to another country and you have to wake up at 4 a.m. to take the plane. Okay, yeah, that happens, but that's very rare, okay? So yeah, that's the benefits, okay? So, okay, how do you do this exactly? Okay, like I'm going to just give you some tips of how can you make this as much productive as you possibly can, okay? So the first thing I want you to do is to pick the most important task that you have to do. Because you want to, like, the first thing that you want to work on, like basically what I'm talking about here, that's the first thing that you do. It's not to eat, it's not to like, it's just to work, it's just to do that specific task for a couple of hours. So choose the most important and hard tasks that you have to do every single day, and just do that on that time. Maybe for you, usually my target, I think my target audience is probably, at least what I want, it's like more the business owners, people that have like a business like me, but maybe you're studying and that's the thing that you're doing, you get what I mean? So you say like studying, you get what I mean? You try to find, okay, what is what's the way that I can study that is going to get me 80% of the results? You get what I mean? The thing that's going to benefit me the most. Just focus on that thing, okay? So wake up early, 6:45 a.m. Just wake up, just prepare everything. Okay, I'm going to turn on the computer or put these, okay, prepare the papers here, or prepare the bottle of water, prepare everything. Then set on the timer. You can set, I don't set on the timer, but you can set on the timer, it works. Set on the timer, just fucking focus. Just try to get into a full state, as I told you, get into full state. Silence, it's dark, no, there's no distractions, your brain works very well, boom, you get it all done, then you do the things that you have to do. I even recommend to not brush your teeth first, afterwards, because the more things that you do before you do the hard task, the more that you're going to use your brain point, so the more it's going to feel that it's hard. This is another concept, you get what I mean, that I actually talked about in the previous video. But yeah, just do that, and you're just going to be more productive. That's just the nature of the things, okay? Another tip I give to you is listen to music without lyrics. I recommend more that, because a lot of times music with lyrics gives you like some desires about, I don't know, love, and then like if it's a genre, it's about sex, drugs, and killing people, whatever. So it helps you to listen, not even to funk, lo-fi, okay? So yeah, this is it. So if you follow all these 3 steps, You're going to be so productive that it feels illegal, okay? It's just the nature of the things. I'm telling you. You know, like, it's not everybody that is willing to do everything that actually, like, to wake up early, to especially quit some fun things, you know what I mean? That gives you a lot of dopamine. It's not everybody that is willing to do this. But if you do this, you're going to be so productive that it feels illegal. That's how I feel. So, yeah. So that's it. Don't forget to subscribe, and hope I inspired your brother. Hope inspired your brother. No, what the fuck? This is for one other channel that I have. But yeah, that's it. Hope I helped your brother, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, and bye.